I want to talk about this story real quick because it segues into a discussion about jobs and labor. We have this from the Post-Millennial. Nearly 80% of Americans believe U.S. is in a state of decay. The poll found that 76.8% of respondents believe American society and culture is in a state of decay. A poll from the Trafalgar Group and Convention of States Action published on Thursday revealed basically what I just said. Just 9.8% of respondents said the country is in a state of progress. So I bring this up in relation to what we're talking about, just because I wonder if our journalists can't do the job of criticizing the establishment, the government, the narratives, being objective, or just countering the authority, then it seems to me like what we're actually seeing is tribalism. Joe Rogan is smeared and slammed as far right by many of these outlets when he challenges the establishment in this way. And these quote unquote news organizations just shill for whatever the government or establishment line is. That says to me, it's not necessarily representative of decay in this country, although it seems like a lot of people seem to believe this country is in decay, but that we've fractured to a point where both sides are probably looking at each other as the problem, as the decay in this country. You know what I mean?
But it's not both sides. Look how many sides are really involved in the rot. Our journalists let us down in ways that we can't even imagine. Our politicians, of course, are in it for the next election, and they've let us down in, I think, a pretty equal way. Our scientists have let us down, not because they're scientists, but because there's no consensus, and they all sound so damn certain. I don't mind you being wrong, but where's the humility? Where did the humility go? Those are three big pillars right there that I think disappointed a lot of people. But here's a fourth, and another reason why Rogan matters. Comedians. Our comedians have let us down. The court jester that you referenced in Anderson's Tale, where is he? Right? Now, Chappelle's doing yeoman's work, in my view. But I look around, I see a lot of comedians who, well, to be fair, there wasn't much they could do for a year, virtually. It's a different world. You know, they were hunkered down too. But the carefulness with which comedy has unfolded or failed to unfold, and we can blame cancel culture, we can blame speech, there's plenty to talk about why, but they let us down too. Nobody was holding anybody's feet to the fire in a really meaningful way.
Some people, and that's why I like the story of the emperor's clothes, right? And it does feel to me like it represents a decay. It was scientists and establishment institutions. It was journalists for the corporate press. It was mainstream politicians who are worried about their donors. They're all the ones who let us down.
Don't forget social media oligarchs. This was their time to shine, man.
Absolutely.
And shout out to Spotify for keeping this knowledge on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
which Robert Malone
the
can
censorship
speak.
that we deal with on YouTube, the censorship on Twitter, the suppressing of big political stories. It is all of these people standing there watching the emperor, which I guess just is the narrative. Nobody wanted to be the person who would call out and say, hey, guys, this doesn't make sense, does it? As soon as anybody did, the entire crowd turned and yelled, you're right wing, rah, evil, evil. And so now, over the past couple of years, we not only had Joe Rogan, we had Ricky Gervais at, what was it the Oscars or whatever, when he just roasted all of them.
Golden Globes.
Golden Globes, that's what it was. We've had Ryan Long. I mean, Ryan Long has been putting out videos that have been gaining in popularity because he's not a right-wing guy. He's just a comedian who's poking fun. But we've got Dr. Robert Malone. We've got Brett Weinstein. You do have scientists, researchers, and academics who have been speaking up. But when we look to our institutions, that's what's failed us.